How's it going, everybody? I'm Josh.
And I'm Austin.
And we are back, baby. It's Elder Drunken Highlander. It's been a long hiatus. I started a podcast, Punt Palace. It's really great. You should check it out in the places where podcasts are. That's one of the reasons for the hiatus. And the other reason is Austin lives here now.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Yeah.
We now have a Crater House.
It's Content House. We're coming to you with a deck check for, we can see the Ancient Tomb on there right now. It's my favorite card. The Goose Mother, which
she is beautiful.
As soon as I saw, I knew I had to build a deck. But there's one thing I really don't like about this card. I'm gonna go right in with the complaint. Here's what it is. I don't like how it encourages you to sacrifice the eggs that she makes, because the food tokens represent eggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she sacrifices a food to draw a card.
So you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet.
Sure.
But like, why does it gotta be her own eggs, yo?
That's rather morbid, I think.
But I mean, it fits the whole Eladraine is the dark version of. Well, actually, the fairy tales were dark originally. This is actually much lighter than the original fairy tales.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that part. And so I built my version of the deck to make as many eggs as possible and raise them into happy little goose babies, and then kill everybody when they become
Robot
adult
goose
geese.
babies.
Yes, robot goose babies. Cyborg geese. The end is nigh. The cyborg geese are here.
It's the honkening.
Yeah. Honk. Yeah, so that's what's happening. It's hulking honks of metal. They're coming for you. So this is a aggro beatdown combo deck where we're trying to make a ton of mana, get a ton of eggs on the battlefield, turn them into creatures using one of our many ways to turn things into creatures, like such as this Titania's song.
Ooh. My favorite.
This March of the Machines.
That's my favorite.
The ones that are stacked pieces. These ones are great. These turn the eggs into 0/0s, but with an anthem like Gaia's Anthem, they can live. There's a ton of artifact creature buff anthems like Chief of the Foundry in the deck just to keep them alive. Unctus too, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, it's pronounced Unctus, just so you know.
Oh, you really gotta swallow it.
Like a bullfrog. Yeah.
Something like that.
There's also token doublers like Ajax and Nev.
I love
Doubling Season, which does double duty on the +1/+1 counters on our Goose as well. Because don't forget, the Goose Mother is also a gigantic creature with flying.
Yeah. Also, can we just appreciate the fact that this bird hydra is a bear?
Oh my gosh, it is a bear. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's Tutu.
That's so cute.
It's a bear.
Okay, I love that. Also, because it's a bear, it neoforms and birthing pods into Academy Manufacturer, which is pretty hype because you can go like Goose, Neoform, Academy Manufacturer, next turn recast Goose, make a ton of mana. It's a really, really sick deck. It's just so fun.
Ooh.
Other ways to
the other animator is Cyberdrive Awakener.
Yes, there's Cyberdrive Awakener. That's the other one
I love the Gundam.
But I did accidentally hover this Kappa Cannoneer. This guy is another way to win with all the artifacts. We have a lot of whenever an artifact enters the battlefield effects to help us with, whenever our eggs enter the battlefield.
Gotta love having a Blastoise on the battlefield.
Yeah, it also has another ability, Improvise, which is another way we can use our eggs without killing them. We have things like Universal Surveillance to just draw a ton of cards with the eggs without having to have Mama Goose eat them.
Facts.
Yeah, and we have Whir of Invention too, because Whir of Invention helps get any of our really sweet artifacts like Dragon Throne of Tarkir, because you know the Mama Goose gotta sit in the Dragon Throne of Tarkir and give all our babies like +10/+10.
Absolutely. I think it's also very flavorful that you have Birthing Pod in here.
Yes, it is, and especially sacrificing the mother goose and not the eggs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get you that 3-drop.
It's very. I think it's very fitting. Also, we have the Forsaken Monument. Just want to talk about that. It gives our eggs +2/+2, and it also makes a bunch of our stuff tap for extra mana, which is really important in this deck because we need a lot of mana to do what we gotta do.
The mana doublers are good. That's a good segue.
We have Mana Reflection. Thank you. It's like I'm a content creator in a content house or something. No, I have Mana Reflection in here to keep double our mana. We also have Nyx Bloom Ancient, the triplet, and Regal Behemoth as well.
You should.
Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. Besides that, there's token synergy stuff. We have our where is it? There you go, Junk Winder, which
Yeah,
is
when I saw that card, I was very intrigued. I was
That's
like, I've never
disgusting.
seen this before. Is it anything like Skullwinder? Oh no.
No, it's
It's nothing like Skullwinder.
It's so
it's scary.
good. It's so good. We have Peregrine Took as well, and just some other token synergies. A really cool one that I like is Spellseeker, which neoforms from our commander and gets us a myriad of answers, which is really good for stuff. For our protection suite, we just have some standard stuff. This one we can use in our own stuff to make tokens, which is cute. Not much to really remark on here. And then we have a ton of ramp. We have like
So
every
much
single
ramp.
good ramp spell. Oh, I missed Rise and Shine. How could I do that? Sorry, Rise and Shine. We have like every good ramp spell in here, which is super, super important for the deck.
There was one that I saw while I was looking over the deck that really like took me by surprise. It was like Treant's Restoration or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Entish Restoration.
Entish Restoration. Yeah,
yeah,
that
where
card
is that
is.
one?
Is it an instant? Don't tell me it's an instant.
Oh, it do be an instant.
Oh
Yep,
my
there
god,
it is.
it's even better than I thought. I thought it
Yeah.
was a sorcery.
It's Harrow, but it's kind of better for
they-
the goose.
Yeah,
They enter tapped though, so it's not quite better.
but like, it gets rid of 3 cards.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Gets you 3 lands. Like, that's pretty solid.
That is really, really sweet. We love it. Yeah, so that's more or less the gist of the deck. Besides that, our lands, we have a lot of colorless lands because we want them to be doubled with the Forsaken Monument. We have stuff like Alchemist Refuge and Immersion Zone because flashing in our combo helps us split the mana over 2 turns, which means that we can like march the machines and then attack with all the eggs, or like flash in the goose, make a bunch of eggs, and then attack with the extra eggs. There's lots of like extra plays that adds up. We have this one, which is sweet. If we get the marching machines out first and then we make all the eggs, we can put a +1/+1 counter on them and immediately buff them, which I think is really, really good. And besides that, we're just on this card bounces the goose back to our hand. We have another way actually to bounce the goose back to our
Whelming
hand.
Wave.
Oh yeah, the board wipes too. We have all the board wipes to do that. But I want to mention First Responder too. That was suggested by Silly Bands in our Discord. If you want to suggest cards for our deck techs, you should get on our Discord because that's where I post most of these before I talk about them on the channel. This guy bounces our goose every single turn, and just read the effect. It gets huge.
Yeah, your mother goose just gets to transfer all of her counters.
Y-U-G-E, huge. So that's another really, really sweet one. It's got Vigilance too, so it's going to be a beater and a blocker. It's essentially just removal because they're going to have to block it. It's going to be massive.
Yeah,
It's going to be massive.
What is... there was another card that I wanted to...
Urza, that
Urza.
allows our eggs to tap for mana. That's the next one I was going to talk about.
I was gonna... Oh, was it Sarnath Steelseeker? Is that the one?
Oh, yeah, we can't go remiss.
Yes,
we'll be
that's
remiss
the
without
one.
talking about Seiren Steelseeker. This card's fucking gas.
Like, it's an old Gnawbone classic.
Yeah, from a previous deck tech, Old Gnawbone, which you can see if you scroll through the history of the channel, the Annals of the Elder Drunken Highlander catalog. This guy, every time you make an egg, you put a land into your hand, and we like that because lands tap for mana, and mana makes eggs.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
But this
I'm
deck
not
is
making
exciting.
any puns. You're making all the puns, and I'm not. I'm just a shell of my former self.
I'm sorry, I'm just cracking wise.
Yeah, I guess my head's just a little scrambled.
It's alright. It's not like this is an over easy job.
Yeah, I just have to let you win sometimes.
Oh, wow. You're really fluffing me up, huh?
Yeah, it's a fromage to the last time we made puns in a deck tech.
Quiche. Anyway.
we do have a cheesy sense of humor. That's more or less the deck, though. I don't really have much more to say about this. It's very simple. Make mana, make goose, make egg, turn egg into also goose, cyborg goose, and then attack. That's it. It's super, super simple and super, super fun. And you don't have to crack as many eggs. You might lose some eggs along the way, but that's just how nature works sometimes.
Emergency egg.
Yeah, you know. But other than that, you get to egg your opponents. It's great. It's wonderful.
It'll be a great time.
Yeah, if you want to egg us on our Discord, you should check out the link in the description. Join that and help us build casual decks or talk about casual decks of your own with other people who like talking about casual decks, both that they make and that other people make. We have like a huge deck building community there.
Facts.
We're talking about different decks basically every day, and it's really, really fun just to chat about decks and get suggestions for stuff like this. I got quite a few suggestions for this deck from people from the Discord. We love that.
And remember, everybody, untap,
Upkeep.
drink. Stay janky, my friends.